What's up? As you can see, I'm not in my normal location. I'm in my car. My normal location was, man, it was getting ransacked by bees. And I don't do bees. All right. Anyways, how you doing, Leandre, and whoever else is here? Check in. All right. If you happen to see anyone behind me, like 'cause there's like a scary movie where someone pops up from the back seat, let me know. Especially if it's like some kind of scary clown. Anyways, never check the back seat. Never check the back seat. Let's begin. Again, we're going from our book Limitless Hoops. You can buy it on limitlesshoops.com to follow along, and it's just a whole bunch of basketball drills every single day, plus our motivational speeches, plus the movies to watch, plus challenges to basically everything to make you make the NBA. All right, and I swear by it. All right, and but I also promise you that it'll be very, very hard to follow. Okay. Leandro's in the comment section. Why are you in a car? I just said it, man. Bees. There were bees outside. Yeah, and I don't do outside. That's why I'm a basketball player, not like a baseball player. And when I played baseball, all the little gnats were in my face. Yeah, screw that crap. So yes, basketball is where it's at. It's an indoor sport. The temperature is always the same. You can't drown. There's a lot of positives in basketball. All right, the basketball doesn't hurt if it hits you in the face that much. There's a lot of positives. All right. Anyways, limitlesshoops.com for the book. Guarantee you, if you're able to follow it, you can make big things from you. But I also guarantee if you're one of the 99% of the people in the world that can't follow along with us, you're just normal. It's okay. But you can try. All right. You can try to do some of the drills on the inside. You can try to watch some of the movies. You can try to do some of the homework on the front. It gives you some easy stuff, some hard stuff, some middle stuff. All right. And today, as in every day, every weekday at least, we are going to discuss it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. I can explain some things to you and whatever. Let's start off with the quote of the day. The quote of the day is, life won't wait. All right. Life won't wait. What that means is, you can always put off stuff. You can always say like, hey, I'm gonna try my hardest when I get into high school. All right. But life's gonna pass you by. All right. Or I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm gonna one day be like this. All right. If you're that type of person, you will always be pushing it further and further along. All right. If you're the type of person who is already doing those things, then you have a great chance to be great. All right. And the only difference between those people, those special people, and you is the willingness to just start it right now. Not willingness, I would say the bravery to start it right now. All right. You may or may not make it. You may or may not be great. You may or may not be amazing in the future. But if you're brave enough to at least try to be amazing, then that's when you have a start. So for instance, us, you guys know that you're supposed to be shooting like 500 shots a day. Everyone always says that magical number, 500 shots a day. Some people say 500 makes a day, but it's something like that. I'm pretty sure that there's days that pass by when you don't shoot at all. And you're just not one of those amazing people. And if you have any dreams to make it to like the NBA or whatever, if you're not shooting 500 shots a day, go ahead and throw those dreams in the trash. I mean, forget it. Especially if you've heard to shoot 500 shots a day and you're not doing it. And if you're a third grader like Leandre is right here, no, it's not going to just start whenever. All right, the future NBA players who are now in third grade, they're shooting 500 shots a day. Now they're not going out there going 1, 2, 3. Nah. They just happen to have a basketball court next door to their house, and their parents let them play on it all day, or their friends play basketball, and they just keep throwing it up until their like arms are tired, until like they're whatever. And it reminds me of my childhood. I mean, I did shoot a lot of shots. I don't know if I shot 500 shots a day, but I can tell you this much: I played tag a lot, and I played tag so much, my side would just be hurting and hurting and hurting. Who's ever ran so much that your side was hurting? And you could do that for like 3 hours or so. All right, even more, because when you're with your friends, you're gonna be having like a great time. You won't even be thinking about time, and time will just pass by. Well, that's how it is for the future greats, the future NBA greats. They're playing basketball so often that they don't even know until the sun goes down. All right. If you want to keep up with them, you guys have to either become like them or take a huge shortcut. And your huge shortcut could be something that just tells you maybe instead of the 6 hours of work, you could do all that in about an hour. Because those kids are making up what they're doing. Those kids are just going out there freestyling, doing whatever. It's fun, and they forget about time. But you may not have 6 hours. Your parents may not let you go for 6 hours. So maybe you could do what they do in 1 hour. Is that possible? With this, it is. And I'm not just trying to sell a book. I'm telling you guys, this is it. If you want an hour a day instead of the 6 hours that these guys put in, this is it. Because this will tell you exactly what to do. This will give you the shortcuts on exactly how to do it. And if you had to follow them for 6 hours, and you're like, that's too much. I see why they're in the NBA. I understand that. But if I can lower their 6 hours to just 1 hour, and you can do 1/6 of their work, and you still don't go with, and you still don't make it, and you still don't even follow it, then you obviously just don't care, and you were lying in the beginning. All right. So life won't wait. So make sure that you beat it to the punch. All right. Let's start with our workouts for elementary. We have this is what is this? What is today? Tuesday. All right. For Tuesday, we have our team practice days. Our team practice days are Tuesdays and Thursdays. All right. We have the horseshoe shooting for our warm-ups. Horseshoe shooting is when you pass the ball from the baseline to the elbow, and then you sprint at them, kind of close out on them, and then you go around from one elbow to the other. And then you step in with the inside foot, have your outside hand like this, have your inside hand like this, outside hand like this, inside foot touches, catch the ball, and then you shoot. As another person goes around, you guys will continually go around like this, and shooting shots on the opposite elbow each time. All right, what's up, Dylan? All right, and when we do this horseshoe drill, you want to make sure that you're sprinting, make sure that you're low, make sure that your last step, or second to last step, is a long step. All right. If you're just coming in, I'm in my car because the bees were outside. All right. I am not a fan of bees, but I'm a fan of air. Let me roll down some windows, but of course not that low because again, bees. All right, that's good enough. That's good enough. I won't die now. All right. So, again, horseshoe drill. After that, we have 180 poly for shots. 180 poly, 180, we call 180 a handoff in our program. You might call it whatever you want, but we would be going for a handoff. And then for poly is our Iverson cuts. All right. Basically, you would be going for a handoff like this, and then the person that handed the ball off is going to be coming off the Iverson cut. Because after he hands the ball off, the guy who caught the ball and is dribbling up top, he's going to initiate the offense. And it's basically just a misdirection. So if we hand the ball off to the right side, we're actually going to be scoring on the left side. All right. And all the Iverson cut is this: as the point guard dribbles out to the left, or it depends, right? As he dribbles out to the left side wing goes back door and all the way to the opposite corner. As the point guard who just handed the ball off, who's now on the opposite wing, will swing through from one wing to the next with a big on the free throw line screening for him, and the opposite big on the now opposite post. Then pass to him, sweep it under, and there's 7 different things that we can do for our poly cuts. Our poly cuts are our Iverson cuts. We go over the top. You can shoot that shot. You can drive for a layup. You can drive for a spin, drive for a fake spin. You can go back door for a score. You can go snap back where you don't go over the screen and go this way. You can go one dribble jumper. There's 7 different options for that. All right. So we basically want to set up the other team like that and we use this play if our best ball handler is also our best scorer. All right. And it keeps the ball in that guy's hand for the majority of the time. Next one is pick and roll defense. For pick and roll defense, we want to make sure that there's so many different ways to guard a pick and roll, but sweaty. As I've mentioned before, for our pick and roll offense, it is possible to beat every type of defense, all right, for a pick and roll. And that's why the pick and roll is the most dangerous play in basketball. There's no stopping it. If you do a pick and roll well enough, smart enough, and you're good enough, no one can stop you, ever. All right. Maybe they can get to a zone, maybe, right? But again, to be a great pick and roll person, you have to have a point guard who can shoot. So if they go underneath, That's the easy way to beat it. But if you can shoot, you got to go over. Next, as you go over, if he gets a double team, or let's say he doesn't get a double team. If he doesn't get a double team, then he gets to use that screen. Now he's open in the middle of the key, and now he's the most dangerous person on the court. Lastly, if he gets a double team, now he has two people on him. He can retreat, back up, and someone's wide open if he can make that pass over the top. So it's basically impossible to guard if you have a triple threat point guard, a point guard who can shoot, a point guard who can drive, and a point guard who can create for others. If you have a point guard like that, you're unstoppable in a pick and roll, as long as you have people who can finish too, I suppose. All right. So for defense, the one that we really want to watch out for is we don't want to just go underneath the screen. That's too easy because there's a lot of shooters in this world. I mean, I told you guys to shoot every single day. That's the first thing that people take care of. So every team will probably have a shooter. You don't want to pray that the team doesn't have a shooter, okay? And you don't want to ever play. You don't want to be playing in games with people who can't shoot either. Because if you're playing in games with the other team can't shoot, you're probably a bad player too because you're not in a division high enough. All right. Every good team has people who can shoot the ball. All right. So practice for those players. So go over the screen. Next, you want to also cut out the people who can drive. All right. Driving is the close basket. You want to stop those people. So what you're left with is a double team. And you can either do a weak double team, a flat shove, or you can do a heavy double team. And I say the best one for this one is a heavy double team. So that's why I choose in my program to blitz the screen. All right. So as they come over the pick and roll, double team them, and you sprint at them, and you make that guy go backwards. And if you can go back, and then throw a dime over our rotating defense, it is what it is. Because there are very few people on earth who can do that play. So offensively, make sure that you are practicing that. Because if you can do that and you can retreat dribble to make any pass or beat anybody, there you go. You're now unstoppable. All right. To finish up, we have point guard advance the ball ahead. Dylan and I spoke about that this morning. All right. And I told him that it's a very, very famous story by coaches. They say, pass the ball ahead if you're a point guard. If you see someone open, you pass it ahead. Because no matter how fast you are, the ball is faster. So then every cliche coach in the world says this, and I've never said it before, so I'm going to say it right now. Okay, here's my one time saying it. All right, hey point guards, you think that you're fast? Okay, get on the line then. Take that ball. Let me see how fast you can dribble down the court. And then the guy starts to dribble, and then the coach takes the ball, and then throws the ball down the court and throws it way faster than the guy can run. And he goes, "What happened? You lost the race," like that. And then the point guard's like, "I can't go faster than a ball." And he's like, "Told you." That's why you pass the ball ahead. And it's a lesson that so many coaches like to do. And they always just chuck the ball. I always thought it was the stupidest thing ever, but it is a good lesson to learn. All right. So hopefully you guys can learn it from that one time of me telling that stupid story. All right. How you cannot run faster than the ball can travel. So pass the ball ahead. And that's about it. That's the lesson for today. All right. Next lessons are under 15 seconds, up by 4. If you're up by 4 with under 15 seconds left, you want to maintain the lead by not giving up easy buckets. You don't want to just let them come down and shoot it too, because then now you're going to be up against the press. You're going to make sure that they're shooting the ball overhand. You don't want to foul them either because the fouling stops the clock. You don't want to give an open 3 as well. Okay, again, you want to maintain the lead, but you don't want to gamble as well. Okay, so there's under 15 seconds left, up by 4 or more. You need to just maintain the lead, but you don't do that by playing too soft. All right, you still play defense, you still guard them, you still rotate, you still do all the things that you do as a team, or all the things that you've done as a team to get ahead in the first place. All right, so maintain the lead. Next one is deflections +1. This would be a scrimmage if we had practice today, where every time that you tip the ball on defense, touch it at all, you get a point. All right, because it's so disruptive. If you watch the Lakers, they have this huge length where they said that normal passes that the Denver Nuggets were making in the previous round, now they're getting tipped. And even if you just tip it and it still goes to their man, you slow down their offense. If you tip it out of bounds, it's still their ball, but you change their offense. All right. Even if you've got them to pump fake because your hands out, you've changed their offense. So get your hands up, play defense, and get deflections. Deflections are enormous. They're not as big as steals, of course, but they're just as important. All right. Our motivational story of the day. Let's go with although you want to perpetually work on negative aspects of your game, you can't feel down about your current limitations and can't ignore your strengths when the game begins. Basically, you can't let what you can't do interfere with what you can do. All right. What that means is this: during practice, we take care of our negative stuff, and during games, we ignore the negative stuff and we focus on the positive. All right. So if you can't shoot, who cares? It's game time. You got to win. So you got to adjust everything to make it so you don't have to shoot. Just go straight. You're not working on your shot during the game. You're working on your shot during practice. You ignore all those things, and you show them how great a driver you are. You back them down, show them how strong you are. Or if you're weak, okay, well then don't be banging into people. Shoot your shot. All right. During games, you want to make your positive things enormous, and you want to hide your negative things. I had a coach one time tell me, because I wasn't a great shooter. I was never a great shooter. All right. But I could do everything else. I'm a great rebounder, passer, scorer, everything. Right. He told me when I was going overseas to try to get a job, he said, don't shoot one shot until they give you a contract. And it sounded like he was being negative, like saying, oh, I can't shoot. I can make a shot. But he's also like, oh, if you shoot, they're going to see that you have an ugly shot. Nah, I don't even think he was saying that. I think he was saying, play to my strengths and be amazing to the point where they just assume I have a shot. All right. And yeah, like basically just don't put yourself in a negative situation if you don't have to, except for practice. Always practice all your negatives. All right, back to the drills. All right, we have drives and rotations for middle school. We talked about that before. If you have any questions, just ask me. We have 180 tangent for shots, down screen, screen away, 3 for layup and shot, 10 seconds tie game, and 10 plus seconds down by 3 with free throws. Which one of those do I want to talk about? Let's go with 10 seconds tie game. All right. If there's a tie game with 10 seconds left, the number one objective is that we have the final shot. All right. I mean, dang. I would even say if they let you shoot a layup, don't take it. Maybe take it. I don't know. But if you have the last shot, the game is at least going to be tied. If you score a layup with 6 seconds left, they can come down and beat you. All right. And especially if they're shooting a 3 and they have a 33% chance to beat you. So if you have a layup with 6 seconds left and you shoot it, it's probably going to go in. But you still have a 33% chance to lose if you shoot that. Whereas if you wait 5 more seconds and then you shoot any shot, you have 0% chance to lose. So I would say take the last shot. All right. They won't just give you a wide open shot, but I suppose if they do, you take it. But take the best shot possible and try to take the last shot. If you have a person who can shoot over people, great. But you probably don't. So what you want to do is to try to create mismatches, try to penetrate. If you have a person who can penetrate, take it. If you don't, then you use a pick and roll or you use screens to get people open. All right. Once you get on the inside, kick the ball out, and whatever you do, don't turn the ball over. All right. That's why the number one play that people do is just give the ball to their best player, wait for about 5 seconds, and then he goes and tries to shoot it or tries to kick it at the last second, so that they can minimize their chances for turnovers. All right. Don't turn the ball over, and make sure that you're shooting the last second shot. All right. Make the game go into overtime, or you take the win. All right. Last one is high school, and this is the one that we did this morning for Dylan. He's trying to post all his videos automatically, but he messed up yesterday. What you want to do is add auto add. You go to the playlist, click settings, go to auto add, but you have to make sure that it's actually adding. All right. So be sure of it. So hopefully you can try that again. Dylan, let me know if it works this time. All right. It should be asking you, do you have any videos? Label that and see if it works. All right. Make sure that you're spelling the word workout right. You have to add a particular word. It can be any word that you want to automatically add it to the playlist. Again, it just takes one step out, because when you upload a video, you got to click on something and then click the playlist. That's an extra 5 seconds. So you're taking away 5 seconds, also taking away mistakes. All right. So trying to make things as easy as possible for you guys, but don't get too lazy on it. Okay. All right. Anyways, the workout style we did spin move series. That's all 5 moves. All right. There's spin for a layup. There's spin for pump fake step through. There's fake spin for a jumper. Then there's fake spin step through. And then there's fake spin rocker step, go straight. All right. Work on all 5 of those moves. And that's what we did for the majority of practice because that was the only like real basketball thing that we had on the list. Then we had 2-on-2-on-2 triangle, which is normally a drill, but we only had one person. So we couldn't do 2-on-2-on-2 because you need 6 people for that. But this is the drill where you dribble up and you practice passing the ball ahead. You practice jumping off to the ball. You practice sprinting in. You practice waiting for the screen. You practice dribbling up. You practice screening down. You practice a whole bunch of stuff. And you do this entire drill. You practice going one-on-one. As they shoot it, you practice rebounding against each other. As you get the rebound, you practice a full court drive against someone. And then you restart again. Right. So it's a ton of things that you work on during this one drill. I like the drill because it's complicated. All right. And it makes people look stupid. I guess that's why I like it, because the good players, you see their mind moving. They don't get it right away, but you see them trying to get it. And then after about 5 minutes, they get it. And then the bad players who have no chance, and at first you don't know the difference between these 2 players, but then the bad players have like almost no chance. You see their mind not moving. Their mind goes, and their mind freezes. And after about 5 minutes, they're even worse off than they were in the beginning. You can slow it down as much as you can. They still won't get it. So I like this because it separates these people. And if you're one of the bad people, which you can do normally is you have to leave. You have to understand that you can't be good at basketball. But in our program, luckily, you can go home and check our website and look at the video. And maybe you process things differently. Whereas maybe you're not a motion learner, maybe you're not a visual learner, maybe you need to hear it, or you need all 3 at the same time. Maybe you need to pause it and have it really, really slow. So that's why we have all our videos online. So that's why I like that 2-on-2-on-2 triangle. Last 4, force post middle. When the post player gets the ball, don't let him spin baseline. You have no help baseline. You want to force him middle, and the job of a defender who's guarding the post is just to stay in front. Stay strong, stay in front, wall up, make him shoot a tough shot. Your job is not to block the ball. Your job is not to steal the ball. Your job is nothing except for also force the middle. Because then you have help side, and help side has cover down. When help side comes over, they too should wall up. And if they do go for the steal, because they're allowed to go for the steal, go for the block. The help side can do that stuff. When they wall up, they need to try to steal the ball if the person is to their right, not with their right hand, with their outside hand. Reach in, smash down the ball, all right, and you can take the ball, especially if the big man lowers the ball beneath his neck, all right. You snatch that thing, all right. You should be keeping the ball up and his elbows up. If he's not doing that, snatch that thing, all right. And then you make him shoot a bad shot over 2 people. Also, try to make him make a tough pass across his body. Because if you're walled up with him with 2 people plus help side rotating, he's probably going to throw the ball away unless he's an amazing player, which he probably isn't. Next thing, poly and pyramid. This one when we combine 2 plays, Iverson cut and the screen across, down screen. Up top, you want to dribble with either hand and call one player or the other. And then everyone should know everyone's position. So everyone's running the same play from different positions. And it basically just makes the plays more cohesive. Yes. And it puts it in your mind longer so that you can remember it. And all of our plays, because again, I want other programs to be using these plays aren't supposed to match your team plays exactly, but the concepts within them should match everything that you're doing. So we have 12 different plays, and no matter what play that you run, one of our 12 plays carries what you're doing. All right, unless you're just making up some crazy play where kids are on their knees barking like dogs, which is an actual play, which is crazy. Watch it on YouTube, but we don't do that play. So everything else we have covered. 0 to 3 seconds up by 3, something out of bounds. If we're up by 3, again, there is a school of foul that you foul them, send them to the line, or foul them before they shoot, then they take the ball to bounce with even less time. I say, unless you have a really, really smart team and your guys are great rebounders off free throws, make them shoot a fadeaway 3-pointer to try to win the game. Just wall up. You're up by 3. Worst case scenario is it's a tie game, go into overtime. All right, 0 to 3 seconds left, up by 3, suddenly out of bounds defense. Switch everything, make them shoot a tough shot. I'm okay with the results. We go into overtime with a great shot, or we win the game. I'm okay with that. Last one is 10 plus seconds, down by 3 with free throws. If you are down by 3, then you want to make the shots. If you end up being only down by 1 because you made 2 free throws, don't foul them. All right, because there's like more than 10 seconds. If there's around 13 seconds or so, don't foul them. All right, make them cross half court before you foul them, and or at least make them bring it down to about 5 seconds before you foul them. Go for steals. Make them try to turn the ball over, because if you can get the ball back off of a 10-second violation with 3 seconds left, down by 1, that's way better than getting the ball back. That's way better than getting the ball back with 5 seconds left, down by 3. All right. So, but if you are down by 2 after the free throws, you probably want to foul them right away, unless you know that they're going to miss free throws on the other end. All right. You don't really want to be wasting time. Time is on your side. And same thing if you're down by 3. Foul them right away. Hope that they miss free throws. Hope that you can score quickly and keep going back and forth. All right. And that's it for the drills. We have our shooting workout coming up in 30 minutes. And what else do we have here? Oh, we also have the movies for the month. Let me know if you watched the movies for the month. Dylan already watched it. I don't know if Finn's watched his. Finn Kaufman is now keeping up to all the drills every single day, and I'm really proud of you, Finn. Great job. Dylan, too, has been keeping up with the drills. We're going to see if these two guys can do it. I think that Leandre has given up. I'm not sure. Leandre did it for 1 day. I told you it was hard. I told you it was hard. And it's not hard to do the drills. It's hard to keep doing them. All right? It's hard to keep doing them for a long time. And I hope that you guys, at least from this journey, understand how hard and how continuous NBA basketball players work. So that maybe because basketball is going to pass you by, because life won't wait, right? But hopefully one day you can work that hard for something. Maybe you're in college working to become a doctor or a lawyer. Maybe you're just going to be a father and you want to work that hard for your family. Whatever you do in life, you want to eventually work that hard. And I want you guys to understand what hard work is like. And that's what hard work is. It's nothing that is impossible. It's just something that takes perpetual effort every day, every day, every day. And if that's annoying for you, maybe you just need to be an employee and you're not a boss. All right. But if you want to be a boss, you got to do boss things. All right. Anyways, let me look at the movies real quick. The movie that I want to talk about while I still have some time, not The Pistol, not Rebound, not $1 Million Arm, not Rocky 3, Remember the Titans, Seabiscuit, The Replacements, Mr. 3000, Legend of Bagger Vance, Raging Bull, Rebound, Sunset Park. I want to talk about I want to talk about Remember the Titans. Yes. It's a football movie with Denzel Washington. It's our 5th grade movie. It's an amazing movie. All right. It's an amazing movie. But what's so amazing about it is, the team split into 2, whites and blacks, just like the normal movie from those days. But the way that these people conquered their adversity by doing it as a team in so many different ways. That was the fun part, how they came together. They came together many times through the ups and downs in so many unique ways. And the coaches were responsible for that. There were actually 2 coaches that did this, the old coach for the school and then the new coach. And they had their own different ways of thinking, but they combined them in very creative ways. And you as a teammate, you as being a part of a team, you should be heavily creative in what you do with your teammates to make yourselves get higher and higher and higher towards your goals. All right. So you come up with ideas. I mean, whether it be like, I don't know, ice cream parties, sure. But how about stuff that makes you better as well? How about like, hey, meet me at the gym at 6 a.m. in the morning. Let's do this. Or like, hey, I'll rebound for you at lunchtime. Or like, hey, let's do like 10 push-ups every single day, or something small like that. But if you're doing things together in creative ways to get better, in the end, no one's going to be able to stop you. All right. And then the bonds that you create will last a lifetime, because you guys are going through something so hard together. And that's what sports is all about. And Remember the Titans is a great example of that. It's an amazing example of that, and that's why people like it so much. It's one of the most heartwarming movies of all time. So if you have a chance to watch that movie, watch it. The month's almost over, so take care of it. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Keep working. Make sure you guys go for it, and remember today's quote. All right, life won't wait. All right, talk to y'all later. And no bees got me. I'm safe in my car.